Hi, I'm Kristen Bartell. Today we're going to talk about blood sugar roller coaster, polarity of food, and what we can do to fight some cravings. Let's take a quick look at what's happening in the body to cause a blood sugar roller coaster. Products containing a lot of sugar usually don't contain lots of fiber, fat, or protein. Fiber, fat, and protein slow down sugar absorption. So when those nutrients aren't present, your blood sugar shoots up really fast, like to the top of a roller coaster. Now at the top of this roller coaster, your brain is alerted. Your brain uses about 50% of your blood sugar at any given time. So any drastic rise or fall in your blood sugar levels causes your brain to flip out. When your blood sugar spikes up, your brain and your body aren't happy. Your pancreas secretes a hormone, insulin, to bring your blood sugar back down. Here's the problem. We've spent a lifetime eating a lot of high sugar processed products. So insulin has gotten really good at doing its job too well. When insulin is sent out, it doesn't just bring our blood sugar back down into balance. There's often too much insulin secreted, and our blood sugar dips way down. That's the blood sugar crash you feel after the sugar high. That shaky, spaced out, uncontrollable feeling. So you've had a blood sugar crash. Now what does your body crave when you're down there in the middle of that nasty crash? More sugar! And welcome to the blood sugar roller coaster ride. Because your body is actually trying to find sugar balance. So the sugar craving is your body's way of saying it needs something specific to restore the balance. The easiest, most convenient food to restore blood sugar balance when your blood sugar is in the toilet is sugar. However, if we keep eating sugar, we stay on that crazy craving roller coaster. And that roller coaster affects your mood, causes weight gain, and can lead to serious disease like adult onset diabetes. After the hormone insulin is sent out to take the excess sugar out of the bloodstream, it's got three places it can take the sugar: your brain, your blood cells, and your muscles. Now, if all those receptors are full because you've been eating a lot of sugar already, that excess sugar is stored as fat. Here's yet another not so thrilling thing. When your body is producing insulin to bring you down from the sugar high, it cannot produce what's called glucagon. Glucagon is a hormone that takes the fat out of storage to be burned. So if you're eating sugar, not only are you probably storing some of it as fat, you also can't release the fat to be burned because the sugar blocks glucagon and it blocks fat burning. So let's talk about why we may have a craving in the first place. Traditional nutritionists think of food in calories and grams of fat. As a clean eating expert, that's only one way that I look at food. Another way is something really cool, and it's the concept called polarity of food. This concept is pretty simple. It's based on the principle that everything has two polarities, or extremes. For example, hot and cold are extremes of the pole called temperature. It's the same way with every apparent opposite: hard and soft, noisy and quiet, light and dark, good and bad, love and fear. When you find one thing, you can also find the potential for its opposite. So let's look at the world through the lens of polarity to see it in pairs: dark and light, night and day, yin and yang, male and female. How does this concept apply to food? First, we want to consider that food is more than simply fuel. It has energetic qualities that are beyond the science and mechanics of calories, fat, grams, and nutrient values. For example, leafy greens grow upward, so they have a lifting energy, whereas root vegetables like potato or squash, they grow deep into the ground. They have a grounding energy. Now, how might this polarity in your food actually be creating your cravings? On one end, you have the extreme expansive bliss. Foods that represent this energy are caffeine, alcohol, sugar, dairy, to some extent fruit. The energy in these foods make you feel light, relaxed, happy, blissful. And when you ate too many of these bliss foods, you start to feel spacey, maybe even a little forgetful. On the other extreme are contracted tension foods. These foods are contracting versus expansive. Examples of these foods are salt, eggs, and red meat. These are the kinds of foods that put meat on your bones. They make you feel grounded, focused, aggressive. But when you eat too many, you start to feel tight, agitated, perhaps even angry. If life is a system of opposites, and your body is always trying to balance itself out, what do you think happens if you're eating too many contracted foods like salt, meat, and eggs? Well, your body might start craving things to balance itself out. It's going to crave opposite of the contracted foods. It's going to crave the sweet, expansive bliss foods. Have you ever found that whenever you eat something really salty like potato chips, all of a sudden you want something really sweet like chocolate afterwards? That's the challenge. If we have too many constrictive foods, we'll crave the expansive. And if we have too many expansive foods, we're going to crave the constrictive. So what many people don't realize, and I really didn't realize this myself, is that oftentimes we are creating our cravings unknowingly. You can even look at activities in your life through the lens of polarity and expansive and contractive. There are things that happen in your life that are a little more contractive. They create more tension. And then there are things in your life that are more expansive. They create relaxation. So the examples of contractive activities are running, working too much, partying, staying up late, stress. When you have too many contractive activities, you're going to crave more expansive foods because you need relaxation. If you don't allow yourself to relax, then you'll find yourself binging on wine, chocolate, bread, desserts. Your body is begging for a break, like sleep, reading, meditation, walking, taking a bath. If you've been driving in traffic, or if your toddler was a nightmare, or you had a really stressful day at work, what are you going to crave? Sweets, a martini, wine, expansive foods. That craving is your body trying to balance itself out again. So we're dealing with a quarantine right now. We're unable to do some of the activities that normally relax us. We're more constrictive state of stress and unknown future. It's quite possible that some of the abnormal food cravings you're experiencing are actually cravings of normal activities. So what should you do? I have one fun exercise, and I do this with my clients. I love it. It's called the adventure menu. And what you're going to do is you're going to take out a piece of paper and you're going to think of activities that's going to help you de-stress and have some fun at the same time. Maybe it is taking a bath. Maybe it is going out and running around with your kids. Maybe it is reading a book. But come up with this list, and when you're done and you're ready to go for the fridge and you really don't know why, pull out that list because you're already going to have an alternative activity to try instead of going for that food. I hope everybody stays healthy and stays safe, and I hope that you got some good information out of this video. Have a great evening. Thank you.